Hey guys, Murph here for a NASCAR Heat 5 setup video. Seeing as today is the All-Star race from Bristol, why not do a setup for that very track for the last great Coliseum. It's a tough little track. You'll have to get used to being in traffic the whole time, have to get used to dealing with not being able to use the preferred line, not being able to go full throttle, not being able to attack the whole time. Just got to get used to working traffic really around this joint. Now for the qualifying lap. One advantage of Bristol, you generally do the same thing at both ends, it doesn't change much. For a lap around here, you're going to want to diamond both ends of the track. You want to diamond by entering about the centre. For the centre of the corner, you drift up towards the wall like so, and then you cut back down on the exit. I've probably got the line better for turn 3 and 4. Just don't want to get quite up to the wall as I did in turn 1 and 2, but that's still good enough to get pole on 105 difficulty. So as far as the actual setup for qualifying goes, it's not really a huge amount to talk about. Main one is grill tape. You can use 100% there because it's only about 30 seconds to do an outlap and a flyer. So max that out. Tyre pressure's up a wee bit from the race setup. Free the car up a wee bit just to help it rotate in the corners. Now, as far as what you got to do in the race, get used to being in traffic, get used to being around cars, get used to going not at full speed, not at full attack, because you're going to be stuck in traffic all day long. The only time you might get some clean air is if you do a restart and you start out front. You might end up getting a bit of clean air for 15-20 laps. The rest of the time you're going to be in a shit fight like this. Now that causes a couple of problems, the main one being tyre heating. If I set the car up to be balanced in clean air, when you get into traffic you don't use the front tyre as hard, and because of that the front tyre doesn't wear as fast, but the rears keep wearing at the same rate. So I've had to kind of set it up so you use the front tyres up a bit more in clean air, and then it evens itself out when you're in traffic. If you leave it so it's good in clean air, you're going to end up with problems where you're going to burn up the rear tyres and the car's going to be really loose, particularly off the corner. So I've set the car up to be a little snug to compensate for that. Yeah, and the other thing is patience. You can't just drive up and expect to get around people. There are times you'll get them single file, but a lot of the time you'll get them 2-3 wide, and you have to be patient. Here I could be going way quicker than I am, but I'm just having to feather the throttle, be patient, not get overly aggressive, although I am giving them a bit of a hurry up there. And when they get single file, it's a lot easier, so you can just go to the outside like I do here and just drive right round them, and that's alright, but a lot of the time you're going to be spent having to wait to get past the cars. Now here's the race setup. Not a huge amount of changes from the quality setup. Well, I suppose there is a few. The grill tape's gone down to 40%. The tyre pressures have gone down 2 psi all round. But where I've really made changes is I've played around with the wedge and the front rate and the rear ride height. All to really kind of use up that front tyre a bit more so you can keep a balance over the course of a stint. It's still going to be about managing it while driving though. You're going to have to look after the rear tyres and use up the fronts just to keep the balance of the car. Now we move on to the final segment, the baseline adjustment. For this it's quite simple. The slider in the garage, move that to dead centre, straight up the middle. It seems to give you a pretty good balance setup. Seems to be really, really good in my opinion. Then for the pit stop adjustments, the first thing we're going to change is the tape. Move that up to 40%. Move the wedge up a couple of clicks to 50.1. Move the left front tyre pressures up to 17.5, same for left rear. The right front down to 37.5 and the right rear down to 34. Those are the exact same tyre pressures I use in my actual proper setup. It's just maximising the contact patch on the road, having the ideal tyre pressures. That's really about it. It's not going to give you the same lap time as you do with a proper setup. Anyway, I hope you guys found that setup useful and helpful. Hopefully it's improved your lap times, improved your consistency and got your speed up. Feel free to hit the old like and subscribe button. I very much appreciate it if you do, as I get distracted with me taking out Kevin Harvick. He spun in front of me, I had nowhere to go. But anyway, hit the like and subscribe button. Please leave a comment either about how you found the setup, whether it improved your lap times or not. And also leave a comment of any track and car combos that you would like me to do a setup for. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope it's been helpful. We'll catch you next time. Ciao.
All clear. Careful, still there. Got a headlight out on your bumper.